leaves in and just making our little tree just get all kind of coverage. Go off the canvas a little bit, and that way it'll have the sides. You can frame it if you know when you paint them. You can frame them, or if you do the sides, then you don't have to. But a lot of times, I think they do like the wider boards, the wider canvases if they're not going to paint them. I just paint whenever I get a chance, and whatever I decide that might be a good time. I have some of you lovely viewers tell me what I should paint, and give me ideas, and that's a blessing. And then I have family that tells me I should paint this or that, so gives me ideas so I can do different things. Because sometimes the idea juices just don't flow like they should, and the brain don't either when you can't think. Okay, I think I want to make this one a little bit bigger because that's a big limb, and I might have got too much, but it's okay. We just get them going in all kinds of directions is what we want them to, because that's what a tree does. It gets them in all kinds of directions. And I'm killing my beautiful, I love that turquoise color. I mean that it's not turquoise, it's blue, but it's almost like got a turquoise type. Well, it's not as green, but I just think it's beautiful. I love that color. It's just that blue and white. I think I have put about all I'm going to put on mine. Well, I keep saying that, and then I got a lot of paint here I'm going to do some stuff with. So yeah, it's okay because it's a big tree. And so get some of this out on this tree. I can take my dark green and mix it with a little white with my dirty brush. I'm going to pick up a little of this white and a little of this green and see what kind of colors I can come out with. Just if I think it's can always go back and add more colors in there is what I'm saying. So if I see that that's too bright, when it dries a little bit, we can always come back and put a little green in there. Okay, so I'm just grabbing a tiny little bit of white and then some green, and then just coming in and tapping. And you want to move around, because if you don't, you're just going to make a mess. And when I say that, you'll end up with a big old wad. Trust me, I've done it. And see, I don't want to kill all that color, so just bringing in some of this different color green. And then, as we do, we can always make it even lighter. We can go as many shades here on this tree as we want. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to come up in here and just do the same thing. Just start adding some of this white and green. When you just kind of go up in there, it gives you like little, oh, you know how a weeping willow, it weeps. It just has those, oh my goodness, the limbs just keep coming down, and it's just so pretty. And that's pretty to have that in your trees, just have them, you know, flowing. If that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Okay, I'm just doing a tiny, I'm doing more green than I am white. I just think I'm going to mix that up a little bit though before I bring it on here. And then I'm just lightly tapping. Some I've tapped harder and some I've tapped lighter, so it's up to you where you want to. And if I decide I want to come back in with some darker colors, it's nothing but to wash my brush and come back in with a little bit of darker colors. I do know that this will dry darker, so but if it's too light for late evening, it's nothing but to bring in a little more darker green. Okay, so I've got the white and green. And it's just amazing when you're painting like this. It's amazing how you start out with one thing and then it just kind of, sometimes it takes its own form of life. And so, yeah, I guess that's the easiest way to say that. If I cross over this, I'm liable to stick my arm in this paint. So what I do is I turn it around and I try to turn the camera around for y'all so you'll see it actually. You won't be watching it upside down on your screen. Because that's not fun. I'd have to cut it because when I videotaped this, it actually videotapes it upside down because of the way I have it set up. And then, but the editing that I have is really good about turning it around for me, so that's a good thing. Okay, I'm just going to come in here a little bit and do these sides. You know, that sigh of contentment. It's that contentment when I'm painting that I enjoy what I'm doing. I think when we decide to have hobbies, I think it's either I hit that one really hard and it made it bigger. But that's okay. I can always come back in here with a little green and tap into it. But I think it's that contentment of doing what we're doing that just makes us relax. For my husband, you know, when he was alive, it was hunting. He liked to go out and just sit in the woods and just enjoy nature. And I've done that with him. That was it, and it was very peaceful. I still go sitting sometimes in the woods and just enjoy what God has for us out there. Okay. I'm going to bring some of this down because it's still a, you know, it's a tree. Trees are full of limbs, of leaves, and I may actually come back in here and put some. We'll see. You know, talking about that contentment. It's just, to me, it's easy to get in here. I'm in, you know, my art room now, and it's like I'm in my own little world. Like nobody, when you get to doing what you love to do, it's like you get in there and nobody else exists in this world except you and what you're doing. If nothing else, it's the relaxation of not having to stress over life. Okay, and I am going to come back in here. I'm going to grab, I don't have any black on my palette. I can get it, it's no problem. But this is fine too. I'm just going to tap in a little bit of this brown right in here to give us some dark. I'm going to wipe that off. I'm not even going to wash it, I'm just going to wipe it off. I'm going to grab that green, and I'm just going to come over and start tapping some in front of it. I mean over it. And then I'm just going to grab some of this white and green and just come in and tap a little bit over it. And you can put, you know, several different shades of green on here would give it life. And that's basically what I'm doing, is trying to give it some life. All right, I've got a little bit of yellow and green, just a tiny little bit, but I think I have more green than I do yellow, which is fine with me. I'm just coming in here. You can see a little yellow. That's just to give me a little sun. And actually I'm coming in here with just some white and green and yellow on my brush. Now we can just put a few. I'm just tapping my so I'm showing you what I'm doing. I'm just tapping the yellow into my brush, and then I'm coming over here and just tapping where I had the green and white. So I'm just tapping it into my brush, and then I'm just kind of coming in, giving these little, I'd call them, if I had to call, I'd call them wild hairs. And see that's just some little wild hairs on these trees. Just tapping a few in. I'm just gonna grab a little bit more of that yellow and green and just come in here and tap a little bit. I like it. So, and I'm the one painting it, so I guess I get to do what I want to do, right? And when you're making yours, you get to do what you want to do. So I'm just tapping some of that yellow and white and green into the tree a little bit. Just giving it some different dimension. Again, I'm just tapping some yellow and some white and green into my brush. Just putting a few sprigs out there. Just tapping a little bit of different colors in here. And I'm not, you can see I'm not going crazy. I'm just tapping in a few. There's no sense in keep adding a bunch of different colors. Sometimes you just want a few things in here to give a little something. See, that pink is illuminating this a little bit more in here. And see, that's more than what I would have put in there. So I'm going to just grab some green at this time and just kind of come in here and play around with it a little bit. Okay, so I'm coming back with some yellow and some green and white. And I don't know if you can see it, but I keep, I've got my yellow further over. You can't see it on here, but I keep tapping the green and the white is right here together. And so I keep tapping them into this here and just pulling out a few more shades. And that's where I think I would not put that much in there. So thinking I will probably come back with a little green, give that a little time to dry, and I may come back in here with just a little yellow blue. Okay. And I still may touch that one up. Same way over here, just I'm spending a little time with them, just getting them in different tones of green. It makes them look like they got a little life about them when they don't have the have to deal with the same. If they had just one color on, they'd look flat. That's not what we want. I'm just going to grab some more yellow and some more green. And I'm just going to tap it in here a little bit. Just get this a little bit. I don't want much in here because I've got such dark colors up in here. I'm just going to give it just a little bit of something.